Hi YouTube, this is my very first tutorial video, so it's going to be super awkward. I'm also a webcam girl, so if I'm going to be looking at the camera, it's probably going to be right there, like this way. I'm used to looking at myself because of cam, so if I'm not looking at the webcam and I'm actually looking at myself, it's because I'm a conceited little slew who prefers to look at herself all the time. Anyways, I'm going to start off this tutorial by saying that I get asked, how do you do your makeup like 4,000 times a day? This is just going to be something like really simple. Not my like super glam I'm going out look, but like I'm going on cam because it's time to go on cam look. So let's start. So a lot of people ask me, oh my god, how did you get your skin so nice? And I'm like, I wake up every morning and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? My skin is horrendous. A lot of the times my skin looks really good because of the lighting, because of filters, because of makeup. But I thought I would start by saying, for the last, like, I would say, I don't know, a year, I've been using Frank's. So it's the infamous coffee body scrub that you see on Instagram, you see it everywhere. I was interested in the body scrub, and then I started looking into their skincare, and it's like all natural, a lot of coconut, which is really good for your skin. I have really bad eczema, or eczema, as people like to say. I don't give a fuck how you pronounce it. I have serious skin issues where I do get a lot of acne on top of having eczema, so it's kind of like a combination of the worst, like the worst of both sides. Oh, I start usually with the cleanser. So the cleanser kind of smells like charcoal. It's also gray, which makes me believe that it is charcoal. So I use that, and you're supposed to use the face scrub. It says like 2 or 3 times a week. I use it every day. So my skin has like a serious like buildup of dry skin because of the eczema, whatever. Well, I use this every single day on my face. Haven't had any harm. Doesn't really matter. Works for me to get rid of all the dead skin. And then honestly, the only thing I don't like about this skin line is the moisturizer. It's really runny, so I find it like gets everywhere. And also I find that if I use a lot of it, it actually gives me pimples. So at night, I actually don't use any moisturizer at all. I used to load up at night, and now I just go to bed and wake up in the morning and my skin feels moisturized without actually using the moisturizer. This I use if I come out of the shower during the day and I'm like severely dry. I do recommend this entire skin line to anyone who has problem skin and doesn't want to use anything chemical, like chemically related or whatnot. If you read the actual ingredients, it's so good, and I definitely recommend the body scrub too, but it's a fucking mess. Anyways, so let's start with makeup. Alright, so I like to prep my face with this. So this is the Too Faced Hangover. So again, if you have really dry skin, like I do, I definitely recommend this as a primer. I've used Smashbox. I've actually used my Prep and Prime by MAC. So this is a setting spray, which I'm going to use at the end. But I usually spray this on my face first, but I bought this because I saw it at Sephora, and I was like, oh yeah, I fucking love that. So I'm going to use that. So I just use like a little tiny squirt, and I just apply it on my face. I think this, oh my god, it smells so good. It actually smells like a pina colada. It is so good. I know it's expensive, but instead of using a moisturizer that could potentially clog your pores, you know this is going to be safe. And I was actually reading up on it, and it is silicone free. And yeah, it is fantastic if you have dry skin. I use a beauty blender to apply my foundation. I usually use a brush. Like for the longest time, I used a beauty blender, and then I was like, that is disgusting. It's so dirty. I never felt like it actually got clean, and I was kind of paranoid that it was like clogging up my pores. So I started using a brush, but then I'm back to the Beauty Blender. I just wanted to stress the importance of cleaning your Beauty Blender, because honestly, something that is wet, my phone is blowing up right now. Something that is wet that you put on your face and then you leave it, it's gonna get really dirty. And I know that a lot of people do not want to spend the money on this, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I have Googled, I have YouTubed, I have legitimately tried every method of cleaning a Beauty Blender. I've tried the olive oil, I've tried Dawn soap, I've tried putting it in the microwave with dish soap, I've tried everything. This is the only thing that ever gets it clean, and it cleans it in literally 2 minutes. I think this is like 25 bucks, but like it lasts forever. Okay, mine is wet because I just used it, but come on. Spend the money and take care of your skin. It's really important. You don't want fucking germs all over your face, whatever. Okay. Quick little note on my foundation. Right now, I'm using the MAC Studio Sculpt SPF 15 foundation. I started using this maybe a month or two ago. I have used every foundation on the face of this planet for my dry skin. And I have found every single foundation I've ever used. I've got like 300 foundations in this drawer right now. Dried out, like completely and utterly. Like, you know, when you get like that like cakey, like awful patch on your forehead or on your cheeks or whatever. This doesn't do that. One day I was like, I'm a Sephora girl. I always shop at Sephora. I've tried everything at Sephora. And one day I just went into MAC and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna try, because I really, really want to find something that works for my skin. She put this on my face and I literally cried. I went home, put it on my face again, and cried again. And I have not gone back to any of the other foundations since I have found this. Now, I just got back from vacation. I got back a month ago from vacation. And as you can see, my skin is much darker than my face because I used a lot of sunscreen on my face while I was away. So this is actually much lighter. So I have two of these. I have a pale one, and then I have this one that I just got that's a little bit darker. So when I do apply it to my skin, it's gonna look a little tiny bit orange. But honestly, you have no idea how white my other one was, and it just started looking really bad. But once I bronze it out and put the powder over top, it's not gonna look so bad. So let's start. Sweet. I used to be somebody that really focused heavily on cream contouring. So normally what I would do right now is I would put on a very pale concealer, and I would conceal under here and on my nose. But I don't actually do that anymore because I don't care. And I've noticed, like, it's just like, for me, it was just like a big waste of a step. So I don't actually do that anymore. Also, I just wanted to say I have a giant cut in my ear, as you can see. I stabbed my ear when I was drunk or I was high or like something. I don't know what the fuck. And then I kept picking it, and then I kept picking it. And then I kept picking it again, and now it won't stop bleeding. So excuse my disgusting ear cut. I apologize. You can't buy a foundation without getting the powder. So this is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and it's actually in medium. Looks like that. A little bit paler. Okay, so I wanted to talk for a quick minute about brushes. I'm gonna say a year or two ago, maybe, I got the Sigma Pro Kit, like the big one, and all the Sigma brushes are fucking amazing. I definitely recommend Sigma to anyone who wants a great brush set. I think the brush set is something like $400, but it's really good, and I recommend it. Okay. If anyone has a cat and you're doing your foundation, I swear to God, I spend like 40 minutes a day picking cat hair out of my foundation after I put it on. Anyways, so I'm just going to use the Sigma Large Powder F20 to just set the foundation with this powder. And now you can see it kind of matches my body just a little bit better. I would say my body has got actually a little bit more of like a red hue to it right now. I kind of almost look like I'm burnt, but that's just my skin. I've got a very, very olive undertone. So everything either looks too pink or too orange because I'm like a pale yellow person. Like that yellow skin, but pale. So it's like I have a tan right now, so it's fucked up. And this is the part that everyone always wants me to focus on, and it is my eyebrows. I get a lot of questions on eyebrows. So the first thing I'm gonna do is actually clean my eyebrow brush. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills 12. I used the 14 for years and then I lost it and I bought a 12 by accident. I used the 12 for a long time and then all of a sudden I was like, I should use the 14 again. So I buy the 14 and it fucking sucks. I don't know what it is about the 14 now, but the 12 is become my go-to for eyebrow brushes. I used to love the 14, but oh well. So I'm gonna clean the brush with some just brush cleaner. I just find that the actual dip brow goes on a lot better if the brush is a little tiny bit wet and clean. The days that I used to go, like back in the day when I was younger and I had no idea what I was doing with makeup, that I used to not clean my brushes. Oh my God. I know people who tell me that they haven't cleaned their brushes in years and I'm like, ugh. I clean my brushes all the time. Anyway, so dip brow. Everyone knows what dip brow is, right? So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow. I don't have a fancy camera. I'm using my webcam right now, so it's not gonna focus because I'm ratchet. I'm either gonna fuck this up or it's gonna be a good brow day. All right, so what I like to do, a lot of people like to dip it and then put it on their hand and like do all this fancy shit. Honestly, for me, I just do like a few little touches and I start with the bottom part of my eyebrow. I just made one little line. So I'm just beginning to build the actual eyebrow. The biggest mistake that I find everyone makes with their eyebrows is they bring the dip brow way too close to the front of the eyebrow and it just becomes a square. You do not want square eyebrows. You want to get a gradient with your eyebrows to make it look a little bit more natural, even though I mean a dip browed eyebrow does not look natural, but like as natural as an unnatural eyebrow can get. So I'm still building the actual, I wish my camera would focus to show you guys a little bit more, but it's not gonna focus because there's too many things in here. This is the worst makeup tutorial in the world. I'm not a makeup artist and I'm actually going to buy a professional camera really soon and I'll do this video all over again, but I thought it would be really helpful because people keep asking me about it. So, all right, I'm gonna keep going. Just little tiny strokes. All right. So now that I have the basis of the shape, I like to go in with one of these. So this is actually a Sephora brush, and it is a lip brush. Believe it or not, this is supposed to be for lipstick, but I actually use it to form the gradient in my eyebrow. So all I do is I just pull little strokes this way. I used to use the actual powder, the Anastasia powder, but I don't use that anymore. I just build from what's there. And like for me right now, that's too boxy. Come on, please focus for me, baby. Too boxy. But we're gonna go back in and fix it. So the next thing I'm going to do, the last step that I find the most important, is to conceal them. Sometimes, so when I started doing my eyebrows, I actually didn't conceal my eyebrows, but then I realized the importance of concealing your eyebrows, and I use NARS. This is so pale. This is pale girl concealer. This is almost as light as you can get. It's in the shade Vanilla. So when I'm really pale, I can get away with using this as like a touch-up foundation, but again, because I have a tan, not gonna be the same. All right, so what I like to do is just use, I'm talking like a minuscule amount to be able to conceal the eyebrows. And again, this is not gonna be really fancy because I don't have a fancy camera, but one day I will. So I like to start at the bottom here to go up. A lot of people use an actual makeup brush to do this. I find using this stick gives you the exact same result without having to buy another brush. All right. Cool. Ooh. So now you have that line that kind of like defines everything. And I don't bring it all the way up to the top, but I do bring it down into the tail. Just to like sharpen everything up. Like that. And then I go in with another Sigma brush. This is an actual, a shading brush. So I guess for eyeshadow, but I don't do a lot of eyeshadow. So I use this just to like blend it. I buff it out. So this is actually the E55 brush, by the way. Just buffing that. Now, I do find because this foundation is too pale, I go back in with just like a fluffy brush. And I just use some of my powder. And I just go back up and powder it out. And honestly, I did such a good job today with my eyebrows that okay, so normally what I do is I take the shading brush and I lighten the top of this so it's not so much of a square like that, and it kind of like gives that more of a gradient effect. But I don't actually have to do that today because I just lucked out and made it into a perfect gradient. I do think I went like a smidge too small in the tail, so I'm just gonna go back in again and just adjust that and fix it up. And that is how I do my eyebrows. So I'm just going to do the other eyebrow really quick. Note, I'm not used to not having any music playing while I do my makeup, so this seems freaking weird. Just like sitting here by myself, like. So now that my eyebrows are done, I like to do my contour. If you're a pale girl like me, who's naturally very pale, I discovered this Kevin Aucoin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is his contour powder in light. This is almost gray. So a lot of people who have pale girl problems like me, you need more of a grayish tone because regular bronzer or contour powder is way too orange. But I'm tanned right now, so I put this one to bed for a bit. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking this out. I think this is freaking expensive. It's probably like $60, which is ridiculous. But if you're only using a little bit of it every day, it's worth it if you're pale. So lately, this is my holy grail. It is so dirty because you'll see when I open it, but this is the Tarte Pro Glow Kit. I've been using this now forever and I freaking love it. I cannot talk enough good things about this. It's amazing. And I've been using, so when I open it up, as you can see, the one that I use the most is almost empty and it's exploded everywhere. So I keep this away from all the other things because it's very, very glittery. Okay, so I'm going to use my Sigma Large Powder F30 to actually do my contour. I used to use this. So this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light. I used to use this. Don't use it anymore. It's way too small. It doesn't give me enough of that buffed out look. It's way too concentrated, so I don't use that anymore. And I've tried every contour brush on the face of the planet. One day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I want to go back to my roots. I want, like, before contouring was even a thing and you just used bronzer on your cheeks, you always used a large powder brush. And now that I'm tanned as well, it really helps to like bring everything together. So I'm going to use these. So there's Shade and there's Sculpt. Shade I feel like I haven't used it, but it's like wet, more of a cream. So I'm going to use the Sculpt powder. I'm just going to dip it in. I kind of go ham show like a little bit with it. So I just get like that much. Just tap it and then I go. So as you can tell, it's so much more of like a full buff out. Like it just completely covers your whole entire cheek rather than giving you that like super, you know how some girls just have like a streak of contour? I used to be into that and now I found I really like the more bronzed, buffed out look. So it just gives my face a lot more definition. And I actually, oh god, there's another cat hair. I actually just got Juvederm Ultra Plus filler in my cheeks. Didn't even know that existed. I didn't even know you could get cheek filler. I get a lot of filler, but I don't get any in my cheeks. But the lady at Skin Injectables in Toronto was like, hey, why don't you do this? Because it'll help. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm never not having cheek filler ever again. So, having the cheek filler and using the contour powder this way, I just find it brings everything together so much nicer. Now, I feel like my camera has, because of cam, I actually have the saturation turned up really high. It looks a little bit more red, orange than it is in real life. But, yeah. I have a very angular face, so I like to highlight those angles using contouring and highlighting. This is my bad side, which is the side facing the camera. I usually find I have a lot more trouble properly applying powder to this side of my face for some reason. Everyone has like their good side. This is usually my good side. The other side is the bad side. Okay, so yeah, kind of looks a little bit muddy, but it'll all come together. Again, I am not a pro. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just do it. After I ran out of my favorite highlight in here, I started using the other ones, but nothing beats strobe. And then one day I just like looked in my makeup kit and was like, oh yeah, I have this. And now that I'm tanned, I can use it. So this is the Makeup Forever Professional Pro Light Fusion. So normally I go for a white because again, I am pale. So I try to stay away from the orange, but I get a white highlighter. This one's orange, but oh my god, I started using it and I am obsessed. Oh yeah. So I just bought this a few weeks ago. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush. I think this is a highlighter brush. I don't know. I actually bought it for contouring and then I was like, no, I'm gonna use that for highlighting. So I just bring it on my cheeks up here. So it's like, wow, that's really highlighty. That's how I like it. And of course, I bring it onto my nose. Gotta be careful sometimes when you're highlighting your nose because you can wipe your foundation right off. Not the good thing. I really like to apply a lot of highlighter to my nose because I kind of like it to look really dewy. And there's that. So that is my highlight. Yay. Sometimes I contour my nose, sometimes I do not. I'm not gonna contour my nose today just because I really don't feel like it. But, okay. I used blush ages ago. I'm talking like when I first started wearing makeup. I was like, blush is awesome. And then again, for some reason, getting this tan totally like brought out this new weird side of me. So I started using blush again and I flippin' love it. So this is, I thought it was Orgasm, but it's Deep Throat by NARS. I use a Sephora. This is actually a contour brush, but I use it as a blush brush. And I just dip it like this. And I just put it right in the apples of my cheeks. And again, it's really hard to see because the camera lighting is so bad with my laptop, but it just gives you that like, almost like a pop of like color that you're like, oh, that girl like could have been sucking a dick. Because her cheeks are so rosy and wonderful. Okay. The last steps of my face that I like to do is I have fairly large lips. These are full of filler. I have been getting lip injections for almost 3 years. I go every 3 months and I get about a half a syringe of TOCL. Started with Juvederm, switched to something else. Now I do the TOCL and I find it is not clumpy. I definitely recommend it for someone who's looking for that like thick pout but not clumpy. It's amazing. Anyways, so I like to highlight that. So I just dip my, this is a Laura Mercier fan brush. And I just go like these. And instantly, oh look, you have lips. Looks a little ridiculous on here, but I swear. And I like to just go in and do a little bit more here. And so once that's highlighted, you're good to go. And I like to take another Sigma brush. This is a pencil brush, it says, pencil E30. And I just like to take a little bit of that white highlighter, whatever I have left, it's strobe. And I like to just go in and highlight my brow bone. I mean, it's not gonna make a huge difference, but I don't know, I just like being sparkly. Perfect. So that is that. And if you're looking for I have lash extensions. Okay, these are not real. These are my eyelash extensions. I had extensions. I ripped them all out. I went back to falsies. Was like, I don't have time for falsies. So these are lash extensions. If you are in Toronto, I get them done at B Beauty. You can go to B Beauty CA. That is her Instagram. And she did my lashes. And I've been getting a lot of compliments on them. They're really big, they're really fun, and they're really nice, and they last a really long time. Anyway, so I don't need to put any mascara on those. But if you're looking for a good waterproof mascara for your lower lash line that won't melt away during the day or when you're at work or whatever, Buxom? I don't fucking know. They have this mascara, and it's not clumpy, and it works really well. If you like lower lash mascara. And like praise the waterproof. Works so well. And then like that's all you need. I usually go back in and do like 2 or 3 coats, depending on how thick I want them, but that's only if I'm wearing a lot of eyeliner, and I'm not wearing eyeliner today. Cool. So there's that. And there's 2 more steps to my makeup. I just have to go grab one of them. Okay, so I get a lot of messages on Instagram of people being like, Oh my God, how does your skin look so dewy? And like, yes, it has a lot to do with the highlighter, but the MAC Prep and Prime Setting Spray, holy shit, nothing has ever been more moisturizing. Nothing has ever been more amazing. This stuff is gold. I love it. So I'm just going to apply that. I use a lot just because I'm me and I'm aggressive. So there's that. And then to finish my entire face off, okay. This is the Dior Lip Maximizer Collagen Active. It's supposed to be a lip plumper. It does not plump your lips. It is supposed to be one of those like long-lasting effects if you use it. I've been using it for 3 years. I don't see any difference, but the color, the texture, the way it lasts, it's about $40 a tube, but it is my go-to. I don't use anything else for lip gloss. This is my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, it's like clear. It's got like a little bit of pink. And it's so good. And it makes your lips look so good, like 15 times bigger just because of the gloss content in it or whatever. I don't know anything about lip gloss, but every time I'm out, people are like, what do you have on your lips? I'm like, let me tell you a thing about Dior. So there's that. And there we have it. So this is what my face looks like. My hair's a mess, but yeah. I hope this tutorial was helpful for people who were curious about how I do my makeup. I will make a better, more detailed, with a better camera as soon as I get a DSLR. So you can see, I will like do like zooming in and like, wow, like holy, look at the lighting. Cause like I'm using professional lighting right now, but it's garbage because my webcam is for camming. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. You can leave it in the comment section. I hope this was helpful and I hope everyone has a great day.